morning everybody. We are at Private Flyer Wickham on the first day. Absolutely awesome, glorious day, and we're really excited to show you around our stand. So this year we got our biggest stand yet. We have 6 aeroplanes, which we don't normally have, to be fair, so we're quite lucky to get everyone here. Starting off on our left, we have a Cessna 172. This is a beautiful aeroplane from 1961. It's a 172B, been fully restored. Absolutely awesome. So, moving on to the one we have here, we have a 2005 Piper 6XT. This thing is absolutely beautiful. It's done 300 hours total time from new, and it's full Aviation screens, completely original. Beautiful aeroplane. On to this one. This is an absolute beauty as well, so follow me around. This aircraft is a 2010 Piper Matrix. It's got full Garmin G1000 with the 15-inch MFD inside as well. It's a proper cabin class aircraft, fully de-iced, not pressurised, because then you can save some maintenance costs. If you don't use pressurisation all the time, it's really good for that. But this is a perfect aeroplane for touring with your family and friends, or maybe business use as well around Europe. Next one, we have a stunning 2008 Cirrus SR22 non-turbo with air conditioning as well, which is quite unique on these. This one has got just under 1,500 hours total time from new, engine, aircraft and propeller. It's got the full Garmin G1000 perspective cockpit inside, and of course the normal Cirrus parachute. So onto the one that I personally like, is a 2003 SR22 G1. This is one of the original Cirrus SR22s. This one is equipped with Aviation instruments, only half and half. So you've got normal steam gauges on the left and you've got Aviation on the right. This has just come out of a very, very extensive maintenance session. It's got fresh parachute, some engine components and a very large annual. And finally we have a Rockwell Commander. Let me show you that. So this aircraft is a beauty as well. I've been flying this to and from the shows for the owner. This is a Rockwell Commander 114A, 260 horsepower Lycoming engine. It's got the trailing link landing gear, so it makes your landings look good, which is awesome. And some really good kit as well. So it's got the Aviation IFD 440 touchscreen GPS with the S-Tech 55X autopilot coupled. So it's a really well-equipped IFR aircraft, and I'm sure this won't hang around for long. So that's pretty much it for our stand today. Hopefully I'll show you around the rest of the show later on. Hi guys, so we are now over at the Piper stand looking at this fantastic M600 with Sean here. Sean's the owner of BEA, and nice to see you, Sean. Thanks for your time.
Absolute pleasure.
So to start with, tell us a bit about BEA and what you do.
Okay, so BEA is a family-owned company. There's myself and, well, there's about 8 relatives in the business. We're pretty much total aviation. Cool. So we run the airfield, everything you see here. We've got the helicopter company, Heliair, over there. Yep. This is the fixed-wing company for AAA that runs the airfield. We do pilot training, engineering training, we do control tower training, everything to do with aviation. Yeah. And then we charter these fellows out, and these go everywhere from short hops, Guernsey to Southampton, to the longer hops. This one, for example, you leave here at 10 o'clock in the morning and at 4 o'clock in the afternoon you're on the boat in Portugal. Brilliant. Awesome. We're particularly chatting about the M600 because it is just an amazing plane. Yeah. Do I know anything about flying? I've been flying since I was 12 years old.
Brilliant.
I've flown pretty much every aircraft type there is, from an R22 to a Super Puma,
Nice.
from a 152 to a 747.
Wow.
So
Very good.
this aircraft is better equipped than
Yeah.
a 747.
Wow.
And so what it gives you is the opportunity to buy a means of transport that you can rely on.
Yeah.
A lot of aeroplanes, it's should I go because of the weather, shouldn't I go because of the weather?
Yep.
This aircraft has got absolutely everything. So there are only about 8 days a year that are too foggy or too windy
Yeah.
where we won't go. And that means that for our customers who book a charter, it's not, are we going to go, aren't we going to go?
You're going.
It is, we're going. So this aircraft will fly at up to 30,000 feet.
Okay.
We generally fly between 20,000 feet and 26,000 feet.
Yep.
The main reason being that airspace is full.
Yeah.
Above 30,000 feet, all the big boys are fighting for the space.
RVSM airspace.
That's right.
Yeah.
Below 20,000 feet, all the little boys are fighting for
Yeah,
the space. We live between 20 and 30. This aircraft's most efficient at about 25,000 feet.
Okay.
She cruises at 275 knots.
Wow.
She burns about 290 pounds of fuel an hour.
Yep.
And fully de-iced. You've got full weather radar, you've
Yep.
got every capability, and an example of what this has that the 747 doesn't have is the weather radar in this will scan horizontally,
Yeah.
so you can see where the big lumpy bits are,
Yeah, yeah.
but at night you can't see where they are in height.
Of course.
So going down to South Africa, you would go 600 miles off course because you didn't know where the tops were, so
Right.
you'd have to go all the way around.
Yes.
This radar will tell you where the tops are.
Brilliant.
So you can decide, well, I can get over those, so I know it's there, but
Yeah,
I can go
yeah.
over the top. 747 doesn't have that.
Wow. Okay. And what about the M600 between the 500 and the 600? It's got a different wing, this one, hasn't it?
That's right. So
Oh, that's
the absolutely unusual thing about this aircraft, which I'm not very technical at all, but what I find hard to understand is that you're cruising at 275 knots,
Yeah.
like that,
Yep.
and then you come into a small airfield like this, and your stall speed is 65 knots.
Wow.
And all you've done is just put this big piece of metal down.
Yeah.
There's no Fowler flaps, there's no wing extenders.
No vortex.
It is just, nothing like
yeah.
It's just this big piece of metal.
Yeah.
I have no idea how they did it, but the difference on this wing to the M500, the M350, is it's out and out performance.
Yeah. Is it bigger, the wing? No, it's the same.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is,
So
okay.
the 350 it comes in at the front and then does a curve like that.
Yes.
Whereas this is straight.
Straight out, yeah.
And then the fuel tank is basically virtually the whole of the wing.
Wow.
So it's a very shallow.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
she'll stay up in the air. If with IFR reserves, you've got 5 hours 15.
Okay.
The only thing is I can't do 5 hours 15 because I need a wee.
Yeah.
So, because
3
no
hours.
toilet.
3 hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 hours is about it.
Yep.
It's got the Garmin 3000, which is absolutely, because it's single pilot IFR, the Garmin 3000 is like having your best friend.
Yeah.
And then the Garmin Autopilot is stunning.
Yeah.
You have a thing in severe turbulence called eyeball shake,
Okay.
where your eyeballs are shaking and you can't actually read the instruments.
Right.
Normally at that level, you're in it and
Yeah.
you're trying to get out of it and you're busy and fighting with air traffic control.
Yep.
And you need the autopilot. I've had eyeball shake in this and the autopilot stayed in.
Wow.
I've had eyeball shake in the 747 and the autopilot dropped out.
Whoa.
Now, bearing in mind that up until I flew this aircraft, my favourite aircraft was the 747.
I bet it was, yeah.
And you know, I've flown them all, 75, 76, 111, all of them. This is the machine. So for a private owner,
Yeah.
which is literally your own aeroplane,
Yeah.
you know, you turn up here in your car, you put your baggages in,
Yeah.
you get the wife and the children in or your partner, you start up,
Yeah.
and then you're up. You join the airways,
And you're off.
26,000 feet,
Yeah.
straight down to Portugal.
Exactly.
It's the whole experience of aviation that we sell as BEA,
Yep.
not just the individual item.
Brilliant. Okay.
All right.
Thanks so much, Sean. Thank
Absolute
you for your
pleasure.
time.
Hopefully
Brilliant.
that's
Taking
helped
us
you.
through. Yeah. So,
Good.
Thanks, guys. Awesome. Hi guys, we're now here at Echelon Air. We're talking to Philippe. Philippe is head of Cirrus training for the UK, pretty much, on all Cirrus aircraft. So you can do your PPL with him from scratch from zero to hero, basically. Everything with Philippe. So Philippe, tell us a little bit about Echelon.
Well, first of all, it's not just me. So fortunately, there are other instructors that are far more qualified than me and far more capable than me. But yeah, Cirrus training. So we operate a fleet of G6 SR20s at the moment. Looking for that first new G7 to come online, hopefully as soon as we can.
So you have a fleet of SR20s.
Yeah.
Do you have any SR22s?
We do, yeah. We look after 22T.
Yep.
Yeah, so our fleet is with 3 Cirruses that are available for training.
So you kind of start on the SR20, do your basic training on that?
Yeah, we generally start with the
move up to
SR20. Yeah, exactly. And the 22T, it's much more a touring aircraft, right? So it has the TKS panels to be de-iced. It has a little bit more range, a little bit more payload, much faster cruise speeds. So it works a lot better for for those missions that are destination based.
Good.
So yeah, ab initio training really in the 20.
So you can do all the ab initio
really
training
around the southeast UK.
You can do instrument training as well. You can do commercial training.
Yeah, we can't do commercial stuff.
Okay,
yeah,
fine.
so we're a DTO. That's a technicality. But so yeah, we can do the anything that a private owner would really want and need in their training. Yeah, a lot of what we do is actually transitions. So people that already have a license and they think, oh, you know what, I'd really love to have a go at a Cirrus, or I'm thinking about buying one, or maybe I've just bought one, right? And now I need to learn how to fly.
Like me, right?
Case in point, right? So you come to us, and then Cirrus puts together this fantastic program they call it Cirrus Approach, and it's a 3-day or a 5-day for the advanced course that is very focused on the systems of the aircraft, how it operates in the airspace. Really a lovely way to introduce the Cirrus lifestyle and get really familiar with an airplane. So we do a lot of those as well.
So what I absolutely love, so me and my friend just bought a SR22 Cirrus for the first
time.
Welcome
to the club.
Right, and what I absolutely love is Cirrus actually pay for 3 days as an embark program for any person that's just bought a new Cirrus for the first time. Doesn't matter the age of it either. Like ours is a 2003, and we're just going to sign up to this thing and come and do 3 days with Philippe. It's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, and you get access to this wealth of online learning content as well, right? And so Cirrus has decided that they'd rather have standardized and capable pilots, and that comes down to the flight training environment. So great for us as a partner, right, to have that exposure with new owners and to help build that excitement right from the get-go, and great for the owners because they get, effectively free training. But I think high quality training is hard to find. Right?
Especially on this type of airplane, right?
Yeah, and high quality training that fits in with a client, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, right, people think, oh, I've got a PPL. I could fly any single engine piston, just jump in it legally. Legally, you probably could, right? But you're going to kill yourself.
And the statistics show that.
Yeah, which is why they should come to you to do advanced training before they go off and try and kill themselves.
Yeah, we're any Cirrus partner. So we're a nice, happy family together.
Yeah, good. Yeah, cool.
Should we take a look inside one?
Let's take a look at the plane. Yeah, let's go. So this is
So this one's actually for sale.
Okay.
But it's a G6 SR22T.
Yep.
And we're asking $849,000 for it.
Okay.
Lovely machine, beautiful blue, but fully de-ice and ready for any adventure anywhere in the world.
Good. All right. Let's
have a lovely graphite gray interior.
Let's have a look inside, shall we? Isn't it?
Yeah. So the integrated Cirrus Perspective panel.
Yep.
And this one with the G6 updated to the QWERTY keyboard, which is also quite nice.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a cruiser that you're much more familiar with.
Yep.
Of course, it has air conditioning.
Air conditioning, yeah.
And then the Bluetooth-enabled audio panel.
Absolutely. Oxygen as well, if you want to go really high.
Yeah. Surface ceiling's flight level 250.
Wow.
So that's pretty high. Yep. So at that point, you're going to be on oxygen and wearing a mask.
Yeah.
So that's all included with the aircraft.
It's very nice.
5-seater.
5-seat these ones. Okay, fine.
So that's also a big difference with yours.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, that 5th seat, more of a kid's seat.
More of a kid's seat, yeah.
But it is a 5-seater, so if you have a growing family, it does work.
Yeah, absolutely. How many hours this one done?
This one has 750
hours. How old?
Yeah, it's 2020.
2020, wow. Yeah, nice. Excellent. Well, thanks, Philippe.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for swinging by and including us.
And if you need any training needs from Cirrus, obviously look at Echelon Air.
We're here for you.
Cool. Well done, mate. Awesome. Hi everyone, we're over here at the Tecnam stand with James here. We are looking at all the different Tecnam range, and James is going to take us through all of it and talk us a little bit about Orions as well.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
Hi,
So,
nice to meet you.
go again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we are on the Tecnam stand. So we're Orions Aviation, and we're UK based. We're based at Biggin Hill,
Yep.
and we distribute all the Tecnam models, but also Pilatus as well.
Yes.
So we're the main service dealer and sales for Pilatus.
You do maintenance as well on both.
Yeah, we
both
do
brands.
maintenance. We do some maintenance on Tecnam,
Yep.
but we're the main service centre for Pilatus, and we're also service centre for Cirrus as
Okay,
well.
brilliant.
So-
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so this is called the Tecnam 2008
Yep.
JC, so it's a certified aircraft. This one is VFR and VFR Night.
Okay, so not IFR,
Not IFR in this one. So this is aimed really at the private buyer and also the flight schools.
Yep.
So it's a very good PPL stroke power building aircraft. It's very cost effective, low operating costs, uses the Rotax 912
cool.
engine.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
fuel burn is around 17 litres an hour, avgas
and you can
or
use
MoGas.
MoGas, can you use it?
Absolutely, it actually prefers MoGas.
Right, okay.
So you get better service intervals, maintenance intervals using MoGas. So
okay.
actually it prefers it. So
And what's the inside?
it's got the Garmin 3X.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, so it's all touchscreen. So this is standard configuration.
Wow. Yeah.
You can see a single lever, so it's fixed propeller.
No mixture.
No mixture. No, no. So it's a carburetor engine. Yeah. So on this one, obviously, you've just got the choke.
Yep.
We've got a heated pitot because that comes with the VFR Night package. So it makes
Nice
an
interior finishes.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is an option. This is a slight cost option, but in terms of deluxe interior. But even the standard interior is very similar to this, and is a very nice environment. So 2-seater.
Yep. Bit of luggage.
Yeah, 20 kg of luggage that you can fit down the back, and it has a max takeoff weight of 650 kg.
Okay. So it fits into that nice bracket.
Yeah. So that's kind of the starter model in the UK.
Okay.
So this
what would he start at?
so this would be about 210,000 euros.
Okay.
Because they're Italian, I don't know whether you know much about Tecnam. I could give you a
go on.
quick rundown of Tecnam. So Tecnam are based near Naples.
Okay.
They've been going since 1948. It's still a family-run aircraft. They sell nearly 300 aircraft. I think they're the #1 Rotax manufacturer in the world.
Wow.
I think they're the 3rd biggest GA manufacturer in the world. Yeah.
So we're here overlooking at the P Mentor.
Yeah, so the P
Take us through
Mentor
the P Mentor,
is one of the later models. So this has been out for about 1 or 2 years,
Okay.
and was designed. There are some private owners of it, but it's aimed very much at the flight school.
Unlike the other one we just saw.
Yeah, unlike the 2008, which is probably more 50-50.
Yeah,
There's certain features on this which ally it very much to flight school.
Okay.
So this is available as a VFR or IFR.
Okay, cool.
And it's I think I'm right in saying it's the only 2-seater IFR certified aircraft in Europe.
Wow.
But I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, okay.
Again, it's very much cost effective. So we now have the Rotax 912, but it's now fuel injected.
Right.
So
okay.
the advantage of the fuel injected is that it's obviously you don't have any issues with carb carb icing, sorry.
Yep.
And actually the fuel economy is even better. So it's fuel economy is about 14 litres an hour.
Wow.
As that. So it's really
And
low
what sort of
operating.
speed? Sort of cruise speed?
So cruise speed about 106 knots.
Yeah.
So there's certain features on it which are fairly unique and lie itself, very much with the flight school market. For instance, it's got a simulated landing gear. So you've got fixed gear, but you've got a lever for the landing gear.
Yeah.
And it's actually tied in with the avionics, so it will give you configuration warnings. So if you're coming into land with flap and you don't have the gear down, you'll get a configuration warning. So it's not certified for complex training, but it's very much a step between this and a complex
And it gets the mindset of the student.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
So
in the mindset to lower the gear.
Exactly.
And don't forget, because
exactly.
that's a bad day.
Exactly. It is a bad day if you forget. And this, with the low operating cost, low purchase price, It's a very good aircraft to do PPL, hour building, and CPL and IR.
Instrument training as well.
Yeah. Although, as I say, it's not certified for complex.
No.
And you can do basic UPRT training with it as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, this one is low wing, which is unusual in the Tecnam range.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And are they all metal, composite, or what?
So they all vary. So the first one we looked at was composite fuselage, metal. They all have metal wings.
Okay.
The reason behind that is that it's a lot easier to repair little hanger dings with metal than it is with composite.
Sure. It's expensive.
But obviously the composite allows you to much more flexibility.
Like the curves,
with the cockpit, etc.
Yeah. And lighter as well, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this one is a combination of two. This one is mainly composite. That's the 2010.
Yep.
And then the one over on the other side is composite as well.
Brilliant.
So the Mentor has the G3X,
Okay.
which is the same as the 2008. So that's the touch screen. So there's two options. You either go just VFR, and that's what you get, the G3X. If you go IFR, the IFR version has the GTN 650 NXI built in as well. So that's what gives it the IFR. On this one, you have things like optional BRS parachute, autopilot, along with other, quite a few options. So this is proving very popular. It's just had FAA certification.
Okay. So far, the 2008 is mainly like a private individual would buy that.
I'd still say. We around the world, there's flight schools in India who are doing 2,000 hours a year.
Wow. Okay.
In the 2008, they're getting a new engine every year.
But in the UK?
In the UK, we've got flight schools using the 2008.
Yeah. But this one's more suited to the flight school.
Well, this is a newer version, and because of the flexibility with the IFR, it is more expensive.
Yeah.
It's nearer 300,000 depending on the option. Again, euros. But from a flight school perspective, if you're just doing PPL, you could do it on the 2008, of course. But if you want to go more complex training, then obviously the P Mentor, allows that.
But makes sense.
Everything from PPL, hour building, and IFR training.
Should we move on to the 210?
Absolutely. I flew this back from Italy about a month ago.
Okay.
So this is a diesel. This version is diesel.
These are diesel, so
So
P210 diesel.
Well, the 2010 is available with 3 engines, 2 Lycomings and the diesel.
Okay.
The diesel's a more popular model for very obvious reasons in terms of operating cost. This will burn about 25 litres an hour.
Jet A1 as well, right?
Exactly. So it's Jet A1 for half the price. So if you look at it compared to a legacy aircraft, you're probably looking at about a quarter to a third of the kind of fuel cost.
Yes.
This now you've got G1000.
Wow.
So it's G1000 avionic. The diesels are all FADEC control.
Brilliant.
So it's constant speed propeller, but you've got just single lever.
Wow.
And then,
that's a lot easier, isn't it?
Yeah. So
is it G1000 NXI?
It's NXI.
Yeah.
This one in particular, this is the top of the range, so it's called the Gran Lusso, which in Italian is Grand Luxury.
Okay.
And so obviously it's beautifully finished. You've also got things like an FMS.
Yep.
So it makes it very easy in terms of putting in the flight plan. It's also got things like Flightstream 510. That comes as standard.
So you can link it to your iPad?
Absolutely, link it to iPad both ways, so give you information back, but also flight planning. And it's a proper 4-seater. You've got 3 doors, so you've got really, really good access. Look at the legroom. So those seats are actually, I'm not tall, but that is where I would sit. And then you've actually got all that legroom as well. And you've got things like air in the back, you've got lights, you've got headphone sockets, etc. Wow. So it's actually a really nice place to be. And then you've got a separate baggage as well.
Yeah.
And that can take 40 kg.
40 kilos, that's good.
Yeah. So actually, and it's a really useful.
So it's a nice touring aircraft. So speeds, fuel burn, that sort of stuff.
So fuel burn, as I say, about 25 litres an hour. Speeds, you'll be doing about 116 indicated.
116.
116. Yeah.
Not bad at all, though. Still, right?
Yeah. A range. If you filled it up with fuel, and if you're patient, and then you're looking at a range of about 1,300 nautical miles.
Okay.
So it'll keep going for 10. 11, 12 hours. So it's 240 litre tanks.
That's a long way. That's good for ferry flying though, but yeah.
If you brought it back to sort of 20%, you'd get probably 20 litres an hour, 240 litres, so you're 12 hours in
wow.
You know, but yeah, I mean, whether or not you want to fly for 12 hours, I personally don't.
But you 3 hours and then have a
exactly,
break.
3 hours, to me, 3 hours is perfect.
Yeah.
But you know, the difference is when you land because you want a coffee, not because you need to refuel.
Yes,
and that's the
key
difference.
Thing. Yeah, that's good. And price range?
I mean, this particular one is 550,000.
Okay. Euros?
Yes, euros,
okay.
all euros, yeah.
It's not badly priced though when you consider the other competition you've got around, or for a similar type of aircraft.
Well, absolutely. I mean, value for money, Tecnam's one of the major strengths is the really low operating costs and the value for money.
Yes.
What you get, you know, you get an awful lot.
You do, yeah. That's really good.
So,
well, thanks, James.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. And thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Right guys, we're coming to the end now of Private Fly London. We've had an awesome event, we really enjoyed it, got some great leads and met some good people. Next event is going to be Private Fly Leeds, and that's at Leeds East Airport, so come and see us there. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks very much.